Hello and welcome to the Realtor Review, presented by Bailey's Moving and Storage. I'm Jake, and for the next few moments we're going to be talking through a couple of pertinent topics for your clients to make sure that you're keeping them informed of upcoming trends. All right, so to get started, let's talk about a couple of things. So 2021 has been crazy. I mean, you know that. Demand has been crazy for homes and supply's been low. Well, it's been the same in our industry as well. Supply chain crises, I mean, if you've heard that on the news, there's a ton going on there. And it's a lot due to the same kinds of things. There's a crazy increase in consumer demand. There's a shortage, both in labor, but also in equipment and drivers. All creating a lot of things that create shortages in the industry, and some of them are due to things like ports. So, like in the ports on the West Coast, for example, that we're dealing with a lot of things related to it's difficult to get into the ports. Truckers are waiting sometimes like 8, 9, 10 hours to try to get in to a port to pick up some containers. There's empty containers. Once they're empty, they're sitting on lots of these trucking companies. They can't get them back to the shipping lines because there's nowhere to put them. It's just a lot of congestion, causing a lot of long waits and causing less availability. And I think that's kind of been the theme of 2021. If you need a driver, a truck, or a warehouse, you've got some long availability or long waits with less availability for any kind of service that you need. So what's happening with that? And what can be done? Well, every company, Bailey's Moving has been working on that, on ways we can hire more crew, get them trained up effectively. It's been going well. But from a federal level, I know there's a couple of things that have happened that you should probably just be aware of. The Infrastructure Investment and Job Act, the Good Jobs Initiative, both of those are federal initiatives to help truck driver acquisition and retention. Retention being the big one. Truck driving is a difficult job. It can be lonely, it can be tedious, and it's challenging, especially, adverse weather conditions, stuff like that. So the Department of Labor and Transportation has committed, as part of their Good Jobs initiative, that they're going to be conducting regular driver listening sessions. And they plan to use that to try to help spur future regulatory improvements to help improve the quality of trucking jobs, which is going to be a huge help. I'm very excited about what that's going to mean because, again, we rely on drivers, and so do you. If you've ever ordered anything from anybody, you're relying on a driver to get it there to you. So all that coming down to the fact that with all of this availability and these longer waits, what does that mean for moving? Well, it does mean something that you should definitely be aware of, and it means that there's an increase in scams. Scams in particular have become really prevalent in 2021, and I anticipate 2022 is going to be the same. Okay, so what does this look like? Well, it kind of looks like this. If you call somebody that you found online and ask for a bid, and they give you this number that sounds really awesome, but then these movers show up, and they load up everything that you own, probably into some sort of rented truck, and then they disappear. And your stuff never gets delivered. You try calling the company, they never answer. They've disappeared entirely, and you have no idea where your stuff is. You probably now have to pay a bunch of extra money just to try to find out that information that you may or may not ever get. That's the scam that's happening right now. And it's happening because a lot of companies are understanding, a lot of small moving companies are understanding that they can try to take advantage of customers. A very dishonest thing. It's worth avoiding. So how do you avoid them? How do you tell your clients to avoid moving scams? A couple of things. First off, make sure they're getting more than one bid. 3 bids is perfect so that you can start to understand a range. Who's low, who's high, because the super low balls you want to avoid. Do research. Have your clients make sure they're doing the right research. Does this company exist for longer than like 5 minutes? Have they been around? Can you find other people who've used them? And avoid red flags like paying large deposits. And there's a lot of red flags that you should pay attention to. But one of the things Bailey's Moving and Storage is trying to do to help you and help your clients is to try to create some initiative and some learning towards how you can avoid some of these things. To start out with, we can say we have an awesome learning center on our website where we can detail topics like how to avoid a moving scam. You can find a blog article on that teaches you how to identify in depth and spot these kind of issues, but also how to get prepared for moving in general. And that's the name of the game, because in 2022, with less availability and longer waits, you need more time to plan if you're planning on moving. Using a moving company or not, using a transportation company or even renting a truck, you're gonna need more time. So do your research, tell your clients to do their research, and make sure they're planning well in advance to get that handled. And for you, realtors, we're going to be doing this on a more of a regular basis. So we'll be talking more about these kind of topics monthly, trying to keep you in the know. But also I want to point out really quick that if you head over to our website and check out our Realtor tools, you'll find that services, click for Realtors. You will find that we've created some moving cost estimation tools that are for you to use to help your clients get prepared on understanding how much they need to budget to move. No matter what moving company they use, we're going to try to give you some general ballpark pricing. That's free for you to use. It is not, you don't have to give us any of your customers' information. Just go on, get that move estimate, and then you're ready to go. So check that out on Bailey'sAllied.com if you want to get some of those free tools going your way. Check out our Learning Hub, and stay tuned for more of these in the coming months to keep you in the know.